Inside the life of Saudi King Salman. A Saudi royal will live many lives over the course of their existence. Sometimes, the line of succession is so long, a prince never ascends to the throne in his lifetime. If you're fifth in line, you'd have to wait for 4 other people before you can rule the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And in some other kingdoms, waiting for just one person to get off the throne can last several generations. While waiting, you'd have witnessed the transformation of the British Empire to the Commonwealth of Nations, the creation of the internet and its imminent transformation to a metaverse, the rise and fall of the Beatles, the decolonization of African colonies, the dawn of space travel, and a certain crazed billionaire trying to take us to other planets, the creation of the European Union and Brexit, and most importantly, the rise of King Luxury. Your inevitable subscription to the channel and notification alerts for cool videos. However, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, only 9 years younger than the Queen, was not even a crowned prince of his kingdom till he was 27 years old. See, he was the 25th son of his father, King Abdulaziz bin Abdul Rahman Al Saud. So he knows all about seeing everything change around you while waiting for a throne. However, King Salman now sits on the throne and lives a life that only 1% of our population can relate with. But in this video, you might get a taste of what it's like in a day of the life of King Salman, the ruler of Saudi Arabia and the custodian of the 2 holy mosques. Mornings. As the ruler of one of the greatest kingdoms on earth, King Salman lives a private life. However, he's ruling in the greatest time period that one can find themselves in, the information age. So best believe that I know a bit about his morning routine. Firstly, King Salman, being a man of faith, wakes as early as 5 to 5:30 a.m. and 6 to 6:30 a.m. for the Fajr and sunrise prayers respectively. When he's fully awake, he prepares for the day. It's not clear how much he does by way of exercise, and to be honest, I'm not expecting him to be bothered with that. Aside from being 86, he's royalty, and royalty can do as they please. But seriously, age does play a role, as inevitably, he is often reported with an illness every now and then. So I imagine that staying healthy in the morning involves taking prescribed drugs, but it also involves eating healthy, and the king of the desert has several options for a main course in the morning. An example is Parmesan risotto with foie gras, as seen on one of his menus. This is a well thought out meal, as it's healthy and the chefs have kept it halal. Parmesan risotto consists of arborio rice, chicken broth, garlic cloves, fresh parsley, Parmesan cheese, olive oil, and more. Meanwhile, foie gras is made using duck or geese liver and white wine, amongst others. Yummy. The result is a breakfast rich in calories, sodium for blood pressure and volume, and a rich supply of vitamins. All that is washed down with mineral water, known for its usefulness in getting the right balance for HDL cholesterol in the blood. Once His Royal Highness is done refreshing himself with such meals over a newspaper or some form of entertainment, then it's time to get dressed and head out if it's required. Like every other man in Saudi Arabia, King Salman wears the ankle-long thobe. He's usually seen wearing a bisht or mishla over the thobe. The bisht, a long black, brown, or white cloak trimmed in gold. Next is his headdress, which consists of 3 pieces: the utra, or kafia, the tagia, and the igal. The utra is a square white or checkered cloth placed over the head to protect from sun exposure. The tagia, a small cap, and the igal is a doubled black cord to fasten it all. Now, King Salman is ready to head out in true Arab fashion. The attire may be commonly worn by every man in the country, but you can trust that the bespoke tailoring used for the attire of King Salman costs thousands of dollars more than that of a middle-class citizen. During the warm weather, the king is more commonly seen in white thobes and darker woolen thobes for the cooler climates. Daily activities. Although everyone with their different status dresses the same way in the country, nobody moves like the king. And to be honest, not just in the country, but the world at large. After the early afternoon door prayers, King Salman heads out in his plane, his yacht, or any of the 100 cars available in his fleet. Sometimes he uses an entourage from this fleet. That's right. On a visit to Indonesia, for instance, it took 27 flights to transport his cargo from Saudi Arabia to Jakarta, and 9 more to take them to Bali. Among this cargo were 2 Mercedes-Benz S600s with magic body control, and worth almost $500 million. There were also 2 electric lifts, an entourage of dozens of delegates and important people for important political discussions, and a good time in the holiday resort island of Bali. The president of Indonesia, Joko Widodo, was seen vlogging the lunch experience with King Salman. King Salman was excited to co-host the vlog, with soft-spoken praises for the Indonesian people. That's of course after he had finished eating with his golden spoon. The king is very big on manners, and has even cautioned the ex-president of the United States of America, Donald Trump, to eat with his right hand. Then, whatever the king is doing, at around 3 p.m., he heads off for the Asr prayers. Now, how do we know that the king pays attention to all these prayers? Well, anyone who knows King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud and follows any of his socials like Twitter knows that he's big on prayers, oftentimes offering some for the nation. In fact, on one occasion, after explaining to ex-US President Barack Obama, he left him and his wife Michelle on the red carpet to go for evening prayers. That's 2 US presidents in a row, people. And to be honest, with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman taking over as de facto ruler, King Salman has taken a more laid-back role on his title as the custodian of the 2 holy mosques. That is, besides hosting world leaders, traveling, and enjoying his trillion or billion-dollar wealth, depending on who you talk to. As the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, he has a duty to maintain and guard the 2 holiest mosques, the Al-Haram Mosque in Mecca and the Prophet's Mosque in Medina, both of which are located in the Hijazi region of Saudi Arabia and are important pilgrimage sites, with a lot of importance for the economy as well. For perspective, the government has plans to generate $150 billion from pilgrimage by 2022. That is why, besides oil talk, visits to places like Indonesia are very important for the Arab world. Ladies and gentlemen, besides money, King Salman has a lot of power. Power, sustained through important diplomatic meetings during the day. During these meetings, he lunches in simple yet elegant royal style. Take the menu for his lunch with Donald Trump, for example. Exciting top-class meals present range from roast filet of veal with caramelized onions and summer truffle, lamb cutlets, sun-dried tomato puree, and courgette with mint, soffice al cioccolato amide toscane, apple and date juice, mineral water, of course, and more. All to be eaten with golden cutlery. Nighttime. By evening, King Salman has already completed the Maghrib and Isha prayers by 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. respectively. It's either time to rest or have a dinner party with loved ones. Sometimes even, meetings with important people may stretch into the night, and a feast is arranged for such visitors. Take the 3-day visit from Charles, Prince of Wales, as an example. He and his entourage were treated to a magnificent banquet in a large room ornamented with exquisite furniture, chandeliers, and gold. They enjoyed special delicacies like roast baby camel and cardamom-scented rice, chocolates, and more, all with golden cutlery, of course. Compared to some wedding parties that involve the whole stuffed camel dish, that's pretty tame. A dish considered by the Guinness Book of World Records as the largest item on any menu in the world. Prepared occasionally for Bedouin wedding feasts. Milwaukee Journal lists the steps for preparing this dish as: cook eggs, stuff eggs into fish, cook the fish, stuff the fish into cooked chickens, stuff the cooked chickens into roasted sheep, stuff the roasted sheep carcass into a whole camel. Now cook to taste. One thing's likely though, King Salman probably doesn't indulge in such meals, as he refuses excessive oil intake leading to high cholesterol and potential heart diseases. He's also helping Saudi Arabia fight her oil addiction as well, through diversification to technology, tourism, and pilgrimage. This is what takes up the time from a day in the life of the most powerful man in the Arab world, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Click the like button if you enjoyed this, and tell us what you think in the comments section below. See you later.